The depression from the cold darkness of winter has ended, and the overstimulation from the inescapable heat of summer has begun.
I feel like has begun is kind of an overstatement at this point, because we've been dealing with this for at least a month. So how are we all doing, really? Because it is entirely too hot. I feel like in a way I kind of get used to it, but it's entirely too hot. I swear to God, why is it so hot? Hello baby queers, and welcome back to my channel. We're doing another installment of Neurodivergent TikToks because there are a lot of good ones, so we have to do it again. But you know the deal. Before we continue with the TikToks, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll look at some more fun TikToks. Are you hydrated? Good, let's go.
Stop trying to do everything.
Then who the fuck is gonna do it?
Okay. It is the second TikTok of this video, and we're already calling ourselves out. That's good. That's cool. That's cool. You know, but it's very normal on this channel. I like calling myself and probably a lot of you out as well. So I think we're doing good. But yeah, literally, because I honestly, when I see other people doing it, I'm just like, why don't you just like let other people do some stuff? But when I let other people do stuff, I always get mad too, because no, I wouldn't have done it that way. Because even when you like try to explain them how to do it, they always do it differently than you actually would, because you don't really know how to like formulate it properly, how you would do it. So you can't get across how you want it done exactly, because they probably always just understand differently, and then they just do it differently. So if I'm not gonna do it, then who is? Because then it's not done properly, you know?
Are you talking about Marie Antoinette?
Yeah.
I heard a thing or two about her. Is a seat taken?
Oh, it's not really a seat, but okay.
As in literally, well, also, yes, literally every K-pop stan, but also any autistic person hearing anyone talk about their special interest is like, oh, you're talking about this topic. Well, I have a thing or two to say about that topic. Literally all of us. You hear complete strangers talk about this topic that you're really into, and you're socially awkward. You don't want to talk to strangers, but you want to talk about the topic, so you're just sitting like, I want to say something. I want to say something really badly, especially if they say something that isn't correct. Tell me I'm wrong. If they say something that is just factually wrong about a topic that you're so passionate about, at that point it becomes really hard not to say anything, really.
An autistic person who thinks that they don't struggle with change. Well, have I got news for you? Do you watch the same TV shows over and over again because you're not ready to start a new one? Do you stay laying in bed for ages after you wake up because you're just not ready to get out of bed yet? Do you wear like the same outfit all the time because you're not ready to wear a different type of outfit yet? Do you reread a book that you've just read because you don't really want to start a new book just now? Do you use the same cutlery every time you have something to eat because you don't want to use something different? Kind of seems like you struggle with change, doesn't it?
Again, I like calling myself and probably most of you out, because saying you don't have an issue with change and actually not struggling with change are two entirely different things. Because I think I don't struggle with change, because I love change, and if I don't rearrange my apartment every few months, I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind. And I've literally always been this way. I used to rearrange my room when I was a kid so often because it was all fine. It was all working. Until one day I just couldn't deal with it anymore. And I was like, nope, no, everything feels wrong. Everything is wrong. We gotta change this now. like now. And honestly, it still happens. But until that happens, like if someone else were to come into my room and even like change things, like I'm not the only one who hates people touching their stuff. Literally, like if you use my stuff, please just put it back the exact same way. And I'm very particular about who is allowed to use my stuff, which seems like an only child thing to do, but it's also just a very artistic thing to do. Oh well.
Hey, can you make sure you do the dishes today? Nope. I think I'm gonna do some reorganizing today. I'm finally feeling productive enough. Good, you can finally get rid of some of your junk that's been piling up. Never mind. I changed my mind. Okay, what else do I need? I have the flour, sugar, egg, milk. Wow, look who finally decided to bake. Not anymore. Oh my god, you draw? Can you draw a picture of me? Maybe, eventually. Hey, have you taken your meds? No. Have you done your homework? No. Did you make the doctor's appointment you said you would make? Nope. Dude, why not? Because you keep asking me if I've started on them yet. Dude, I've been texting you for days and you haven't replied. What's going on? See, I felt obligated to reply, which stressed me out so bad I avoided it for days and then just forgot. When's the last time you got your oil changed? I honestly don't remember. Dude, you're supposed to do that regularly. Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Ah, yes. You know, people just thinking you're stubborn, especially as a child. But then it never changing when you grow up, because it's not because you're stubborn. Because you're just like, no, you said it, I want to be bratty and not do it anymore. It's literally your brain just going, okay, now we're not doing it anymore. And if you still like want to do the thing, you can't. And it's literally just not being bratty or being like a stubborn child. It's literally just your brain. But from the outside, it just looks different to people. But yeah, the more you ask me if I've done something or if I've started doing something, the less I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Because you're literally just being annoying. Because we know we need to do the thing. And the more you tell us we need to do the thing, the less we're gonna do it. And not because we want to be bratty, just because that's how our brains work.
Neurospicy Saji gang, we don't do red flags around here. Avoids conflict. I mean, I'm not trying to go jail because I'll jump over a but I've got ADHD, bruv. Don't come for me to, you know what?
You know what? I always think I'm quiet because I don't talk. But once I start talking, I have a very hard time stopping to talk. Because yeah. Like if I meet new people, I never know what to say, and I'm very like quiet and awkward. But once I start talking, and once I get comfortable around someone, I'm still like not the most talkative person. Like I can just be totally fine and enjoy being there and just like listen to people talking and not really say too much. But then when I do start talking, I don't stop. Messy, not that much. I'm not going to show you my apartment right now because I don't know if you watched my last video, but I'm moving right now. So this is my new apartment. It is not ready yet. Everything's a mess. There are boxes everywhere. But apart from that, I'm very, I'm very tidy usually. Avoids conflict. That one is too real. I don't like arguing with people. I really don't. Because it's so pointless. Because I feel like when people want to argue with you, they're so angry or so emotional over something that they're not going to listen to you anyways. That's why I'm going to avoid conflict. Because in that moment, you can't actually like say, hey, like rationally in my head, this is why I did the thing. and this is why I think it makes more sense this way, and this is why I think you're wrong, because the other person's just gonna go off on you. I'm gonna avoid conflict.
The whole concept of ADHD, meds, antidepressants, all that stuff is just mad to me. Like the fact that every morning I basically go, brain, do the thing, and brain goes, no, and I go, would you do it for a Scooby snack? Like...
Yeah, okay, but it's silly, but it works. Like, it's so silly. It's just silly. But this, like, saying it's a Scooby snack just makes it work even better, because that way you might actually remember to take your meds, because making it fun or making it a game kind of works well, which might make it even more silly, but it works, you know? Why in the hell would you sit on grass without like a blanket or like a mat or something? Like why would you do that? Like, I was at a beach party yesterday, and when I say beach, most people think sand. No, but it's like, it's grass. It wasn't even. We had blankets. It wasn't even, so I kind of had to pick sort of carefully where to sit. And eventually I just stole someone's chair. And by steal, I mean, she's a friend of mine, and I just sat on it and asked her if she wanted it back, and she wanted to stand in that moment anyways. But I had to kind of pick carefully. Yeah. But honestly, wearing shoes feels worse in heat, so I still prefer to walk barefoot. Which is kind of the endless debate of like team always wear socks and shoes versus team avoid socks and shoes at all costs. I'm team avoided at all costs, so you can bet your ass I was walking barefoot the entire evening. But, you know, heat, awful. Like having to wear clothes and you're like sweating, it's so annoying because you can just feel your clothes even more than you always already do. Grass, like having sand between your toes is also disgusting, but still. It's better than having like in your socks, you know?
Just got home and no one else is here. They're not gonna be here for a while.
Do you know what it means, fake Wesley? Do you know what it means, real Wesley? Ew.
That is kind of what it means. You just be in peace without having to interact. Which is just amazing. It is just amazing. You can just chill and lay there like just like a sack of meat. You just lay there and you decompress, and it's just brilliant. Why do you have a fake Wesley though? Like, why do you have fake Wesley and real Wesley? Is fake Wesley just a plushie? And does real Wesley actually like fake Wesley?
Excited?
I've had like Guzzi for like 4 months straight now. Does it taste weird?
No.
Taste it.
Okay. Tastes the same. What's going on? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. I don't think Guzzi's my dopamine food anymore.
Oh shit.
It's like my taste buds just decided.
Maybe some more.
Yeah, we'll try this because this is getting a bit desperate. Gonna have to get a new dopamine food.
Hello.
Maybe sushi.
Sushi, yeah, okay.
We go get some.
No, we're not gonna get sushi as well.
The hopeful face of, can we get sushi? I love sushi, actually, which seems weird because I'm kind of specific about textures, but somehow my brain decided that sushi isn't a bad texture because I like it. Really hoping that doesn't change. Brain, taste buds, whoever, just don't get any ideas, please. Because it's literally so sad. So sad. But it keeps happening. Like, for 2 or 3 months straight, I kept eating ramen every day. Now I hardly eat it. And like, I had some the other day because it's like very quick to make, really, but it's fine. Like, it still tastes good, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And I don't think I currently have like a go-to dopamine food, which is also just kind of sad. Because your brain just kind of refuses to latch onto things sometimes. And it's just sad. But you're gonna jinx it that way and say, oh, we've had this food for 4 months straight now. Don't jinx it. Don't say that, because your brain is gonna be like, no, now I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm just not gonna do it anymore. And that's so frustrating. Well, shit. But yeah, I don't understand. Like, I'm so confused. And simultaneously, like, I do think that I'm better than a lot of people sometimes. But I'm very confused by people who think they're better than other people. Because people think they're better than other people because they make more money, or because they wear more expensive clothes, or drive a better car, or whatever the reason is. Because, oh, I studied at a university and you didn't, so I think I'm better than you. And I'm so confused by it when people think they're better than like others for that reason, or when they're like just like really snotty and like, you know exactly the type of people I mean. I'm very confused by that kind of behavior. And like, I'm confused why we as a society decided there was like an order based off on that. And I know it's like kind of always been that way, but I'm still very confused by it. But like, I do still think I'm better than people sometimes because I'm less judgy. And I don't see why other people are so obsessed with other people's lives. Because like, dude, just like live your life and do what makes you happy. Like, why do you care so much about other people's lives? Like, just don't do it. And that's why I think I'm better than other people. And I know it's still weird to have that kind of thinking, but anyways. But gender, listen, I hate gender just because I understand it so well, because it just makes like no logical sense. Like, nothing about gender makes sense. So I really don't like it, because I hate things I don't understand. But since I can't make my brain like logically understand gender, because how would it ever logically make sense? I feel like I'm probably always going to hate gender a little bit.
Okay. Yes or no, do you enjoy social activities? I mean, it depends. What is the social activity? Am I in a good mood? And who's there? Nope, just a yes or no answer. Okay, clearly nobody consulted with an autistic person when they were designing this test, because if you did, you would know that autistic people need more information before we start answering questions like these.
Yeah, you can't ask questions like these and actually expect an easy answer. Like, that's not a yes or no question. I mean, like, sometimes sure, sometimes no. Like, it literally entirely depends. Like, normally, like I said, I was at like a beach birthday party yesterday, but with the most non-judgmental group of people I have ever met. Like, literally, some of these people I met for the first time, some of these I've seen like literally once. And I had like 3 people there I know better. But literally, these people were all so relaxed and so chill. And like, literally, if no one was drinking. And honestly, I don't mind alcohol that much, but I do mind drunk people, because drunk people are very often just like loud and annoying. Literally, that's just what it is to me. And like, no one was drinking and everyone was super chill. And like, if you just sat there for a few minutes and just like did your own thing, like you were just on your phone or you're just like sitting there staring into space, no one was gonna bother you, because they were like, yeah, okay, they obviously need a moment. I'm just gonna like talk to someone else and like not bother them. Like, when they're ready to join back in, they will. So relaxed. That kind of social gathering, sure, I love it. Of course. Like, I wasn't like that drained afterwards. I was just tired at some point, obviously, but Like, it was fine. But other type of social gatherings, absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not. Like, other times of social gatherings, I do actually need alcohol to get through because it kind of helps my brain to not go 300 miles per hour and not be so annoyed by everyone. You know? So don't expect us to just say yes or no to a question like, do you enjoy social activities? Because maybe.
I absolutely want to know what my ADHD symptom is. Fun fact, I do have ADHD. I have the inattentive type. And I do things to like keep myself accountable, like sit on the floor in front of the oven while I'm cooking food so I don't walk away and forget about it. Because it's hard to stay on task. So I want to know what my symptoms are. Well then.
Were they about to get off the floor? I mean, being on your phone is already kind of risky because especially if you're like scrolling TikTok, you're probably going to forget about time. And maybe still burn your food. I mean, you're going to smell it pretty quickly and like you're going to smell the food when it's ready anyway. So you might be fine. I hope you're fine. I hope you didn't burn your food. But if you get off the floor now because you're frustrated at TikTok calling you out, you might gonna burn your food. Yeah, but listen. These filters have no right to be this spot on sometimes. Like sometimes it's just absolute bullshit because it's a filter. Like how would it like logically actually know? But sometimes it just likes calling you out so much. Why? But literally trouble staying on task is, I could say it's my middle name, but I already have 3 first names, so I don't think I don't need another one, okay? But it could be one of those names.
That is so me when I... No!
This was literally me, like 2 years ago, when I realized that, oh wait, my brain isn't as neurotypical as I thought it was. Because I kept coming across things because TikTok was like, here, have a funny video. And I was just like, yeah, funny. And I kept noticing the tags and I was like, wait a second. And I started doing my research and I was like, wait a minute. Are you sure? And I like telling myself that it's not true. But the evidence I collected was a little too accurate for my life, I guess, for me to ignore it. But that's how it starts. It starts with someone calling you out like this, and you keep seeing like things you relate to. And you start noticing patterns in that.
Afternoon. What can I do for you?
I need to buy a gun.
What did I say earlier? Like, listen, I keep saying, like, we don't have, like, set desks at work. And I keep saying I don't mind someone sitting at my desk. Because I kind of don't. As long as I don't leave a mess. Or as long as my chair isn't, like, in, like, a different position. Or, you know, like, if I have to, like, sit there for 5 minutes and, like, fix the height of my desk and the height of my chair so it's comfortable for me, because I already find it very hard to sit comfortably anywhere, I'm still gonna be a little bit pissed. And especially if, like, my pen is missing, or part of my headphones, or, like, my headset for my telephone is missing, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, honestly, in that moment, I'm pissed. As long as, like, it's clean and it doesn't, like, take me too long to readjust my chair or something, it's fine. But if it isn't, you can bet I'm gonna be pissed.
If you are in a relationship of any kind with an autistic person, please know that when it comes to your issues with them, it is not show and tell. It is tell. It is tell. There is no show. Show is not an option. There is no, it is tell.
Yeah, I appreciate honesty. I appreciate, like, direct people so much who literally just say what they're thinking. literally, I enjoy it so much because it's not a trying to hint at, here, I don't like the thing you're doing, so I'm just gonna like hint at it or like make snarky comments about it. Because in those moments, I have a hard time telling if like someone's joking about it because they think it's like quirky what I'm doing, or if they're like trying to like passive aggressively show me that they don't like it, because I'm just like, listen, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I can't tell what you're doing, like I can't tell what you're getting at, so I'm just gonna keep doing what feels natural to me. So if I'm actually doing something that really bothers me, if I'm doing something that really bothers you, just tell me. Just tell me. And don't just say, hey, stop doing that. Like, please just tell me why it's bothering you. Because again, I don't like things I can't understand. And if you just say, hey, don't do that, I'm just gonna be like, who are you to tell me what to do? And keep doing it. But if I understand why it bothers you, I'm gonna be like, okay, I know I like you as a person, so I'm obviously like, not gonna wanna like do anything to you, I guess. If I don't like you, I'm just gonna spend time, like not spend time around you at all, I guess. But like, please just tell me.
Some gentle reminders for my neurodivergent friends. You don't need to keep your leftovers if they're just gonna rot in your fridge. You can shower and brush your teeth at other times of day besides morning and evening. You don't need to wait until your dishwasher is totally full to run it, and you don't need to wait until your trash is totally full to take it out. Eating something is better than eating nothing. Procrastination isn't rest. Even though it feels like you're doing nothing, you're not resting. You still need to get rest. You're not lazy or bad for struggling. You are trying your best. Keep working with your brain instead of against it.
I mean, literally, yeah. Like, who cares at what time of day you do things? Because while, like, showering or brushing your teeth in the morning might work for a lot of people, because, like, yeah, no, I just want to feel fresh before I start the day. Like, if that's what works for you, cool. But if you'd rather just, like, shower in the afternoon when you get home from work, because you're just kind of, like, already, like, kind of doing things, and maybe it relaxes you. Probably if you have sensory issues, you're going to have a hard time with showering, but still. Like, you know, if you do things at a time of day that isn't normal, who cares? Who cares? If you have a easier time showering in the middle of the day, then shower in the middle of the day. If you have an easier time doing it in the evening, do it in the evening. You know, who cares? It needs to work for you, really. But just don't tell me this many things at once, because I'm not going to be able to remember any of them. I just remember her saying, work with your brain instead of against it. Okay, but literally, procrastination literally isn't resting. When you're just sitting there in existential dread because you know you need to do the thing, but you're not doing the thing, so you're just stressing about it, but you're not doing it, so you're just sitting there lazily scrolling on your phone or something, that is not resting. That is not resting. And she kind of has a point. Like, if you just take the leftovers because you don't want to waste food, but you know they're just going to sit in your fridge because you're not going to feel like eating them the next day or the day after, then taking them at all isn't better. It's just going to make it harder for you, because then you have, like, rotting food in your fridge that you know you need to take out, but you're not taking it out. And then it's just going to stress you for days or weeks. That's literally not better. That's not making your life easier. So listen, if you already know you're not going to want to eat it, you're just taking it because you feel guilty for wasting food, still don't take it. And yeah, doing things when they're, like, convenient for you, like taking out the trash or running the dishwasher, even when it's not, like, necessarily full. Listen, try to make your life as easy as possible. Yeah, but like in any social, like, situation, because, like, after hanging out, people are like, hey, did you enjoy this movie? Or hey, did you actually, like, even enjoy hanging out? Like, you're not saying much. And I'm just like, no, I'm happy. I'm like, I'm okay, I'm doing good. Or like when I'm in that situation, people are like, are you okay? Because they can't read my face. And sometimes my face just looks like very neutral, or kind of like my neutral face probably kind of looks kind of worried or pissy sometimes, I think, to other people. And I'm just sitting there vibing and enjoying my time. Oh well. I think people get used to it. Like, if they know, they know. And, like, especially if they know you're not, like, neurotypical, I think they probably know, and they get used to it, and know that just because your face doesn't like show happiness or worry in like a certain way, that it's still real, you know? So anyways, that was all the TikToks for today. I hope I'm not the only one who feels called out, but I'm kind of having a feeling that I'm really not. I'm really not, am I? But anyways, maybe finish your drink if you haven't had enough water today, because staying hydrated and maybe eating something, especially in this weather, kind of important. So, not a demand. Well, it's your body demanding it. Does that make it easier? Probably not, but still. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys here, and I'll see you in 3 days with my next video.